Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Crusader Quest video by Bad Asian. So what's new in Crusader Quest? Most of you guys will ask. After the endless grinding of Colosseum and a world boss, many of us may actually feel bored of the game, but however, do not fear. The developers has actually given us Fortress of Souls. So yeah, Fortress of Souls is basically how you get your legendary weapons. And to be honest with you, legendary weapons, some of them is not really overwhelming. So for a very good example was Sneak legendary weapon, because a fully tuned Devil Hunter, it does much more damage than its so-called double attack slot Sneak weapon, because because its passive is just underwhelming and it actually slows down the DPS a lot. So, but without further ado, I'm just gonna go through a quick run through on the Fortress of Soul. So, Fortress of Soul, I'm just gonna go through like each stage. There's certain things you need to take note of, and how are you gonna clear. And to be honest, for this Fortress of Soul, you will need at least 36 star characters, at least 20 plus 6 star characters. For my case, I had enough, so I'm just gonna be running through quickly with 6 stars. Most of them soloing the stages. So, for the first stage, it's pretty easy. You can just use a random. You can actually use 5 stars as well. I'm just going to use 6 stars just because, yeah, it gets the job done much quicker. So, a lot of weapon swapping. And since it's going to be solo, I'm just going to put 2 random characters and start the game. Alright, for stage 1, nothing much. Honestly, stage 1, 2, and 3, most of the players out there just told me that it's possible to clear with 5 star units, and 6 star units. Like Kaori here isn't the best unit, but she's still usable, I guess. So yeah, there's 3 chaining to victory. Right, there we go, the boss. So every week the boss actually change, so you might want to take note of that. Yep, that's pretty easy. So, of course, as common sense says, it's recommended to use your weaker characters up to your better characters at the final stage, because hell, yes, the last stage is really hell. Yes, it's really hell, so keep your best unit for last and use your weaker ones earlier. Okay, for second stage, I'm just gonna use Sigruna, I guess. And before you start the game, just make sure you check that you're equipped with weapons, because sometimes it screws me over and I realize that I didn't equip a single weapon on her. Second stage is similar, just a slightly buffed up team and mobs, so you should be fine if you are using a 6 star. Most of 6 stars should be able to solo them stages, and the only reason why I'm using Bella as the goddess is because I'm just confident that I'm able to clear. Now, if you're not confident, you could use Pristina, because she'll help you clear in much slower at a much lower timing, but she'll get the job done for sure. So of course, for now, Crusader Quest, if you guys are trying to complete this Fortress of Soul, my main suggestion now is to quickly get more staple healers like Udon and Mew, because both these units are used the most in Fortress of Soul. And yeah, save your healers for really tough stages. The tough stages for me are probably stage 6, 9, and 10. These are the toughest stages in my opinion. And there are specific reasons why. Stage 3, still pretty easy. I'm just gonna go with the solo maxi. Yep. So ever since Fortress of Soul, I didn't have enough units at first. However, I started grinding my 3 stars into 4 stars, and pray hard that I actually get Mew or Udon, because yeah, after that, after getting those units and Nasrun is really fantastic for this dungeon. So just quickly, if you guys are trying to get legendary ASAP, you guys really have to grind hard for units instead. It's kind of nice incentive as for those people who are really hardcore in the game, because it actually encourage them to train more units instead. Because otherwise it's really boring in Crusader Quest if there's nothing much to do. Yeah. Just gonna be using some weak units. Check for my equipments. I know there are certain people who actually grind up multiple copies of Nasrun, like 4 Nasruns and 4 Udon, because the Nasrun Udon combo is actually one of the best combos to clear this dungeon. So yeah, suggest you to the best unit so far is the best so-called free non-contract unit is actually Archon, because she actually kills the boss much faster even before the boss is able to hit her, so she's really cool, I guess. I'm sorry if this video gets really long and boring, because this is actually quite a grind actually. Oh, that was quite close. That Monjun actually dish out real huge damage to me, man. So for most of newer players, they actually feel that dust are the easiest to collect. No, they actually feel that the most important materials are the next tier, the 2 tiers, which is I'll explain soon. Give me a sec. Alright, so what I'm gonna say is most people feel that the hardest to get is actually the crystal. If you look at the top left hand corner, you can see the crystal dust, crystal fragment, and the whole crystal. So the hardest to actually get is the whole crystals. Now to me, it's not the fact. The truth of this whole dungeon is the dust is the most important one, because in order to get a decent weapon, you at least have to get good stats for each weapon. You know what I mean. You don't get even though you may get a legend weapon, but you might get the one with the wrong stats, which is really horrible. Some of them, which is actually worth. I will just sell it off because it's just so horrible. Yeah. But I gotta say that animation for the legendaries are actually really quite awesome. So yeah, it's more of a luxury thing. So don't worry too much. Just enjoy the game. Just slowly farm up your units. Although it kind of feels stupid, because back in the days where if you have duplicate mules, it's actually a bad thing. But now mules are actually very valuable, because she's like awesome sauce. Yeah, I'm not wrong, this stage actually gives the extra crystal. No, not this stage. Some stage actually spawns the crystal towers, which means you have to protect the tower, and they'll give you bonus crystals, I guess. Oh my, I almost got owned by that Kremhild with its legendary weapon. About the legendary weapons is equipped on the enemies doesn't work, so don't have to worry. However, Kremhild is still a really powerful unit, so yeah. Almost died to that. Alright, we are finally at stage 6. Stage 6 is actually a pain in the butt. So, let me go through the basic strategy of doing stage 6. Stage 6 you actually want to use Kremhild because her ability to do a perma stun is really good at this stage. And most probably Susano, just because you need the extra DPS and a decent healer, I guess. Yeah, most like the team I used to use is actually the Kremhild, Susano, and healer. However, I'm now feeling lazy. I'm just gonna go with Vivian. I'm just gonna solo that shit with Vivian, man. All right, YOLO. Because actually I've run out of healers to use, so I'm actually just gonna solo with Vivian. And most of you will say, "Oh, it's crazy to solo with Vivian." Yes, it's quite crazy. And this stage is indeed one of the most hardest stage because its monsters are crazy. Okay, for this stage, you need to watch out for units like sneak and machine gun shenanigan units. There are tons of them in this stage, so yeah. This stage is more about the monsters. Yeah, Vivian. The only reason why I could solo with Vivian is because of a legendary weapon. As you can see, the sword hits vertically now, horizontally now instead of vertical. And her lifesteal is really awesome. Yeah, as you can see, I'm getting destroyed by bullets right there. It is really slow. Alright, this part you need to watch out. This is the part where it gets crazy. Alright, finally we're done. Yeah, Vivian with a legendary weapon is really quite awesome. Especially combined with Avatar Punishment. Oh, the animation, look at it. Check out that animation. Alright, for stage 6, yeah, recommended stun. Unless you have Vivian with legendary weapon lifesteal, then you'll be able to solo. Vivian now is really awesome in Fortress of Soul, except for boss stages because you get wrecked. So yeah, stage 7 isn't too bad. You might need to fork out, you might not be able to solo right now, so you need to start using serious units now. Alright, let's go. Oh god, another crim here. Please don't stun lock me. Damn. Okay. Alright, this is the part where shit starts to get real. Check equipment. Alright, the reason why I'll be using Dion is because I'm using Yodong's legendary weapon. And her passive upgrade basically is whenever your unit get healed, they have a 65 chance of getting gaining a block, and when they gain a block, they gain a buff, which increases their availability by 30% and increase their critical chance by 20%. Yeah, around 20%, which means this actually stacks with Dion's skill to make your enemies miss. So most of the time you're gonna your whole party is gonna get protected by Yodong's effect, which causes them to miss. So that's why Yodong is really awesome. And Yodong is really important because she generate lots of block, which is needed for later stages, aka boss stages. This is my second Yodong. And for R0's weapon is every time her arrow does an explosion, after every 10 explosions she will do a so-called flying attack, as you can see there. And yeah, the flying attack, he does a huge amount of damage, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, that wing attack just wrecks everything, man. Gotta love it. Oh, check out that damage, man. Get wrecked. Right, there's a huge crystal. You gotta farm more of those if you want a 6-star weapons. However, first you want to get a decent base 4-star weapon before you want to upgrade them, so yeah. Alright, this is where the hell starts. I'm gonna use Yodong again with Himiko and Nazrun. Okay, the reason why I say hell is because from stage 9 and stage 10 onwards, you'll be soloing 2 world bosses each stages. So for stage 9, there will be the golem boss and the snake boss, which deal the same exact damage as world boss. So currently it's world boss 4. Imagine yourself soloing world boss 4, the actual damage. However, the world boss is having it has like only 10% of the health. Otherwise, it'd be too hard to kill. So yeah, either way, it's really tough because the world boss still deals the same damage as the actual world boss. So yeah, you gotta take note of that. And for this part of the battle, you want to use your best world boss teams. So yeah, my most stable world boss team is of course Yodong and some healer. And of course I use Nasun because he clear waves quickly. Alright. For those who have Nasrun, it's really recommended for you to teach him Shadow Mage. Unless you're unlucky like me, I do not have any Lilith or Shadow Mage until today. So if you do, please teach him Shadow Mage, because Shadow Mage with Nasrun is just OP as hell. And we all love OP, don't you? Don't you love the OP-ness? The only sad thing about Nasrun is he has a really paper health. Alright, Golem is spawned. Let's hope we don't die, I guess. Yeah, the golem get wrecked really quickly, so you don't have to worry too much. You have to worry about the snake boss. The snake boss really rapes shit. Yep, there you go. The combination of Dion and Udon's legendary weapon is just so fantastic. So my team don't get touched most of the time. Yeah. There we go. Stage 9 clear. Now prepare for the epic shit hell of Crusader quest. I mean, like, seriously, Toast, you said that Fortress of Soul is here to help us get legendary weapons to complete hard mode Tundra. And actually, Fortress of Soul is like 1 million times harder than Tundra. So I don't get what the hell are they saying sometimes. Alright, for me, of course, Archon. I'll be going down the path of bursting down the boss. There's two methods. It's either way you out-tank the boss or burst down the boss. You might want Archon with a full hero attack power stuff because her skill is based on her passive is magical damage and her meteor shower is physical damage. So you can't decide whether you want resist penetration or armor penetration. So you should go for hero attack power for Archon's weapons always. Okay, I'm gonna spam blocks really quickly this time. You know, I don't screw up. Alright, I'm going crazy with my finger works here. Oh yeah. So far so good. Please don't screw up. Oh, no. Damn deadly flames. You know, you're taking away my victory. This boss is stunnable, so yeah. It's a good idea if you're using Archon, because Archon is able to stun this boss as well. Hopefully I'm getting the kill really soon. Alright, there we are. Finally at the boss. So the key is actually to balance your setup. Instead of going for full DPS, you need to balance your defense as well. So yeah. And another key factor of this team is you actually use Archon to stay at the back, so that Joan of Arc will be only tanking for Mew and herself, so she won't be taking too much damage as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my review on Fortress of Soul stage 1 to 10. Remember, add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel for more Crusader Quest videos, and love you guys.